In the camera, it kind of just looks like I'm making baked beans or dirty mashed potatoes. It's risotto. Happy New Year. I am cooking my first recipe from Anthony Bourdain's cookbook called Appetite's Cookbook. I got this in 2017 as a birthday gift from Nick, and this is my first time cooking from it. It's not because I don't like it. First of all, I'm a big fan of Anthony Bourdain's. May he rest in peace. He has long been an idol of mine, largely because he's an excellent writer, and I really love his memoir, Kitchen Confidential. He has a very distinct voice and vernacular, and he's a joy to read. And frankly, his cookbook is intimidating. There's a lot of meat, which I am not terribly comfortable with. I'll eat it, but like, I don't prepare it. Rarely prepare it. But it's just like a really interesting cookbook. The beauty shots are, in my opinion, kind of a middle finger to traditional cookbooks and cookbook beauty shots. I'll show you an example. Yeah, it's like he's not trying to make it look good. Pan roasted veal chop with wild mushrooms. This is the beauty shot. Anyway, it's fun to look at, but it's intimidating, and that's why it's taken me this long. But I thought it would be a fun challenge to cook something from it, and I chose the risotto. I have never made risotto. I keep losing it. Another one. Found it. Okay. So in this risotto, there's chicken stock, saffron threads. I did not get the saffron threads. I'm sure they're good. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Extra virgin olive oil, yellow onion, carnaroli rice, which I couldn't find, so I am using arborio rice. It's what literally every other risotto recipe calls for, so I think he was just trying to be different. No disrespect, because he is different. A half a cup of dry white wine, cold unsalted butter, 4 tablespoons, finely grated Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, and salt to taste. So it's a pretty simple recipe. Like I said, I'm going to omit the saffron. I decided I want to make a mushroom risotto, so I am going a little bit off book. Again, no disrespect. So I'm making a mushroom risotto. It's based on Anthony Bourdain's saffron risotto. It's my first risotto. It's my first Anthony Bourdain recipe. Let's do it. Fun fact, while I was giving the intro, my cat Mavis was trapped in the cupboard. Where's Mavis? Oh no! Oh my god.
She was in there?
Oh. I'm so sorry. Oh. She's well taken care of, I promise. So to start, I'm gonna just keep the chicken stock on low heat because it's supposed to be warm. This is just 1 quart here, so I'm gonna add some vegetable stock that I have as well. Okay, well that's a lot. It's pretty full. Okay, so I'm adding some vegetable stock. We're using like an extra lens on this to make it a wider angle, but it's also weighing down the camera, which is pretty charming. Okay. So I'm heating up the chicken stock plus vegetable stock. I'm just gonna cook the mushrooms separately and then set them aside, and then I'll add them in at the end. And then when they're done, you put them on the plate and then you salt them, because Salting them draws out moisture, and too much moisture inhibits the browning. So you don't want to salt them while they're trying to brown. Okay, so I'm heating 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil in my pot. What a sound. Okay, so the onion is going to cook until it is soft and translucent. Okay, now we add the rice. And just to increase the heat to medium-high and cook until the rice smells toasty. I'm waiting for those toasty smells. It's really hot around here. I reckon it's time. I don't really smell the toasted rice, but it looks pretty toasted. So now we reduce the heat and we add the dry white wine. Cabernet. No, not Cabernet. Woo! Okay. Sauvignon Blanc. It's really, really cheap wine. But I'm cooking with it. So I'm gonna cook until the rice has absorbed the wine and the sharp alcohol taste has cooked off. Not taste, the sharp alcohol smell. It is sharp. I typically make dishes that allow you to like step away from the stove for a little bit. I feel like I'm really micromanaging this. Well, okay. I think that the wine has been absorbed. I don't really smell it. So let's move on. I'm ladling a few ladles full of the chicken stock at a time. I don't know if you can hear, but the kid who lives below me is melting down right now. Okay, so I guess we just stir in a ladle full or two at a time till it absorbs and we add more. There's quite a bit of stock left to add, which means it's gonna take a while. Yes, that is the nature of risotto. I'm gonna speed this up.
Grandus tacchi stretto sacco, schioppo in spalla, sciabla a fianco, collo dritto, muso franco, un gran casco, un gran turbante, molto onor, poco cantante, poco cantante, poco cantante. Ed invece del fandango una marcia per il fango, per montagni, per valloni, con le nevi e salioni, al concerto di tromboni, di bombarde e di cannoni, che le porre tutti i tuoni all'orecchio fan fischiar. Non più avrai quei pennacchini, non più avrai quel cappello, non più avrai quella chioma, non più avrai quell'aria brillante.
I think it's the right texture. He says that it's not supposed to be able to be piled up like rice would. It's supposed to be kind of like porridge. So I think that this is it. So now I take 4 tablespoons of butter. And you're supposed to whip it to incorporate some air. There's a limit to how much I can whip here because my pot is pretty full. I can smell the butter. Whew. Hey, in goes the parm. We'll add some salt.
Drai farfalloni amoroso, notte giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adogino d'amor, delle belle turbando al riposo.
I'm really inclined to just throw kale in here because I put kale in everything.
Non più avrai questi bei panacchini.
That's it. Let's eat. Okay, looks like porridge, which is what Anthony said it should look like. If it's too hot and you eat it, you don't get all the flavor, so I'm trying to let it cool. Okay, bon appetit.
Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto Adogino.
The texture is pretty incredible. That's really nice. The flavor could use a little bit. Maybe it's just more salt. The mushrooms help. It's like eating gravy with like little bits of starch, little potato bits in it. And I'm not mad, it's nice. So yeah, I think that this was a successful risotto. First risotto. I think that I nailed the texture. So thanks for joining me. And thank you, Anthony Bourdain, for guiding me through this process. We miss you.
Le porre tutti I tuoni all'orecchio fan fischiar, non più avrai.
Look at me multitasking. What do other people do with their non-starring hands? I guess I just hold mine right here. Mavis. No. She's trying to drink the vegetable stock. Hey, no. Fun's over. Oh shoot, it's...
Cherubino alla vittoria, alla gloria militar, cherubino.